Have you ever wondered what secrets the Titanic still holds in its watery grave? The Titanic, a ship of dreams, of grandeur unparalleled, and ultimately, of tragedy. It was the ship that was said to be unsinkable. But on its maiden voyage in April of 1912 it sank, taking with it over 1,500 lives. This catastrophe sent shockwaves around the world, and the Titanic has since become a symbol of human ingenuity and hubris. Even now, more than a century later, the Titanic still fascinates us. It's a story of luxury and opulence, of courage and cowardice, and of an iceberg that sealed its fate. But perhaps what's most intriguing are the secrets that it still keeps, lying over 2 miles beneath the surface of the North Atlantic. The wreckage of the Titanic is a time capsule, a snapshot of a bygone era that ended abruptly in the cold ocean depths. Over the years, numerous expeditions have ventured to this underwater grave, bringing back artifacts that give us glimpses into the lives of those on board and the world they inhabited. From a violin worth $2 million played by the band as the ship went down, to a set of mysterious keys that once unlocked doors within this floating palace, the Titanic continues to reveal her secrets. And then there's the pair of binoculars that some say could have prevented the disaster had they been in the right hands at the right time. But where do all these artifacts come from? Especially considering that the Titanic itself cannot be raised? Well, that's where the story takes a darker turn, with rumors and whispers of black auctions selling off these pieces of history. Now, let's dive deep into the ocean and reveal the mysteries that the Titanic has kept hidden for over a century. From the music that echoed through her halls to the unseen iceberg that spelled her doom. Come with us on this journey into the past, into the heart of the unsinkable mystery that is the Titanic. Imagine discovering a violin worth $2 million at the bottom of the ocean. Now let's dive into the fathomless depths of the Atlantic, where one of the most poignant artifacts from the Titanic was found. The band leader's violin. Wallace Hartley, the courageous man who continued to play music even as the ship was sinking, owned this priceless instrument. This violin is no ordinary piece of wood and string. It's a symbol of human spirit, a testament to the power of music in the face of unimaginable disaster. It was found, remarkably preserved, strapped to Hartley's chest in a leather case, its silent strings carrying the last echoes of the Titanic's final hours. Its value? A staggering $2 million, not for the instrument itself, but for the story it tells, the history it holds, and the emotions it evokes. A haunting melody from the past, forever echoing in the silent depths. What if a set of keys could tell a story? Imagine, if you will, a rusted set of keys, cold to the touch, silent witnesses to a horrifying tragedy. These keys, once held by a crew member of the Titanic, were discovered years after the ship's fateful voyage. Each key, a piece of the puzzle, a potential opener of doors to secrets long submerged. Theories abound about what these keys might have unlocked. Some say they could have provided access to the ship's wheelhouse, others suggest the cargo hold, or perhaps even the private quarters of some of the ship's most illustrious passengers. Each door, a chapter in the Titanic's tragic tale. These keys are more than just corroded metal. They are tangible connections to the past, silent guardians of the ship's hidden narratives. They are reminders that every object, no matter how ordinary, has a story to tell. A simple object, holding the key to countless untold stories. Could a pair of binoculars have changed the course of history? A strange question, perhaps, but when it comes to the Titanic, every detail, no matter how small, takes on a significance that can't be ignored. Among the relics salvaged from the murky depths was an ordinary set of binoculars. These, however, were no ordinary binoculars. These were believed to have belonged to the lookout in the crow's nest of the Titanic. The crow's nest, for those unfamiliar, is a small platform near the top of a ship's mast. It's from here that lookouts would scan the horizon for any potential dangers. On a ship as gigantic and as fast-moving as the Titanic, having a clear, far-reaching view was of utmost importance. Now imagine this, you're the lookout on the maiden voyage of the most luxurious ship ever built. The night is clear, but chillingly cold. The calm sea stretches out around you, a vast black expanse. You strain your eyes, peering into the darkness, when suddenly an iceberg appears, looming ominously out of the night. But it's too late. The ship can't be steered away in time. The iceberg strikes, and the rest, as they say, is history. But what if the lookout had those binoculars? Could they have spotted the iceberg in time? Could the disaster have been averted? It's a haunting question that has intrigued and haunted historians for over a century. The binoculars were found remarkably intact among the debris on the ocean floor. Many believe they belonged to the crow's nest lookout who, according to some accounts, did not have access to binoculars that fateful night. If true, this raises a chilling possibility. Had the binoculars been in use, the iceberg might have been spotted in time to change the Titanic's course. A chilling thought, isn't it? A pair of binoculars, a slight shift in fate, and history could have been drastically different. But where do these relics end up, you might ask? You see, not everything that's brought up from the depths of the sea ends up in museums or historical archives. In fact, a number of these items surface in a rather controversial marketplace: the shadowy world of auctions. Yes, you heard it right, auctions. These aren't your typical everyday auctions though. These are secretive, exclusive events where the ultra-rich bid on pieces of history. Items from the Titanic, relics that bear witness to a tragic past, are sold to the highest bidder. Now, you might be thinking, what's the harm? These items are being preserved, aren't they? And in a sense, you're correct. These auctions do play a role in preserving these artifacts, but there's another side to this coin, a side that's steeped in ethical quandaries and moral dilemmas. There's an ongoing debate about the propriety of profiting from tragedy. Some argue that selling these items is akin to exploiting the memory of those who lost their lives on that fateful night. They believe these relics should be displayed in museums, available for all to see, learn from, and remember. On the other hand, there are those who contend that these auctions are simply a part of the free market, a way for collectors to obtain rare and unique pieces of history. They argue that without these auctions, many of these items might remain hidden away, lost to the world. The debate is heated with passionate arguments on both sides. It's a complex issue, one that delves into the ethics of historical preservation, the sanctity of memory, and the economics of rarity. And so, the Titanic, even more than a century after its sinking, continues to stir controversy. The ship that was once dubbed unsinkable now rests at the bottom of the ocean, its remnants rising to the surface only to plunge into a new kind of abyss, a black market of the deep. A grim reminder that even in death, the Titanic and its victims are not free from controversy and exploitation. So, what do these mysterious finds tell us about the Titanic and its tragic tale? Well, each artifact pulled from the icy depths is like a time capsule, a tangible piece of history that tells a story of a bygone era. The $2 million violin, for instance, wasn't just an instrument. It was a symbol of the enduring spirit of the musicians who played on, even as the ship sank beneath them. Its haunting melodies echo through history, a poignant reminder of the courage in the face of unimaginable adversity. Then we have the keys, ordinary objects that held extraordinary importance. They were the keys to the ship, to rooms filled with laughter, stories, and lives that were abruptly cut short. They are stark reminders of the human lives that were intertwined with the Titanic's doomed journey. And let's not forget the binoculars. They paint a chilling picture of what could have been. Had they been in the crow's nest that fateful night, perhaps the iceberg could have been spotted in time and the Titanic tragedy averted. But they remain an emblem of the what-ifs and the missed opportunities. These items, along with countless others, surface at black auctions, revealing the dark side of human fascination. They remind us that while the Titanic's story is steeped in mystery and tragedy, it also speaks to our collective curiosity and our relentless pursuit to uncover the truth. The enduring fascination with the Titanic transcends time. It's more than just a shipwreck. It's a story of human ambition, courage, and tragedy. It's a story that continues to captivate us over a century later. Each artifact, each story, adds another layer to the rich tapestry of the Titanic's history. The Titanic remains a haunting symbol of human hubris and tragedy, its secrets still whispering from the depths of the ocean.